Hello and welcome back to episode 35 of my playthrough of All the Mod 7 to the Sky. On today's episode, what we're going to do is we're going to work on our ore processing system and trying to get it to the max level of mechanism processing. So eventually we're going to get ourselves down to this point here of processing. How long this is going to take us, I have no idea, but I'm hoping it won't be too bad. But to get to this point, obviously, we have to create a couple new items, one of which being the chemical dissolution chamber, and kind of figuring out how we're going to set all of this up. I got rid of the entire setup we have. It's all currently sitting in my backpack. Here's like all of that thermal evaporation and things like that. We need to manage some of this stuff a bit better. And dealing with chemicals in-world and like storing them in pipes and then in these things kind of sucks. It's kind of not a fun time. So what I'm going to do instead is something I probably should have done before. And we have access to these things called chemical cells from, I think it's Applied Mekanistics. Adds these. They have the regular chemical cells they hold. Obviously, you'd think like gases and things from Applied Mechanism, rather. And then we have the mega cells version of all of these things. So we can store like silly amounts of all of these things. You can see here the 256 million portable chemical cell holds 54 different types of chemicals and like a silly amount of each of them. So that's what we're going to use. I'm going to craft one of these things, just not the portable version, obviously. I want to go the, oh, this only holds 9 types. I think 9 should be enough actually for what we need. And we have like, that's more than enough storage than what we're generating. And all of this stuff should be relatively craftable. It might take us some time, but I'm going to make one of these things. This is going to take about 15 minutes to craft, or so it reckons. And then once that's done, we'll come back. Oh no, it's 10 minutes. This is actually moving pretty quickly because of our vibrate. Wow, this is actually smelting faster than it. What if I turn sorting off? You know what? It's our importing that is actually too slow. It is smelting it faster than it is importing it. That is so funny. We can't even upgrade this to like make it faster. What if I like up the priority on this one to make it go faster? No, it's literally as fast as it can go. The furnace is too fast for what our AE can handle. But regardless, I'm going to wait for this to craft up. There's a lot of glass. There's 9,000 that I needed to do. And now a bunch of silicon and things like that. I'm going to actually move that over to this one. And just kind of let everything go really quickly. And we'll come back once this is done. Alright, now we've got one of these 256 million chemical storage cells. That can now live in there. Thank God, that crafting took a while. Okay, so remember, we need to get a lot of things in here, remember? So the injecting factory needs us to generate, I forget what it was. We need to like go through this whole system again. Injecting factory needs hydrogen chloride. So we need to make hydrogen chloride. I think we just need the gas version of this. So remember, this is made with chlorine and hydrogen. I might actually make... Hold on, let's take another quick break. It's not going to affect you guys. I'm going to make actually like one more of these 256 million chemical storage cells, just so that I can store... I'm worried about running out of types here, because remember we need chlorine and hydrogen. These two are gases. The hydrogen's fine, but the hydrogen also has another output, which is oxygen, which we're going to have. The chlorine comes from... Oh, we also have sodium as a byproduct. So how many is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 already. And then we need to get... is that the only gas that we needed? So far, I think that was the only gas. But then this is also going to need sulfuric acid. I think this says it. Yeah, sulfuric acid. Sulfuric acid. I don't know which one it is. I think it's the liquid that we need. So we need the liquid sulfuric acid, which is this one, which comes from the gas sulfuric acid, which is one gas, which means we need water vapor and sulfur trioxide, which comes from, geez, This is painful as. Comes from sulfur dioxide and oxygen. Oxygen we've already got, so that one can go added back. Sulfur dioxide comes from turning sulfur dust in a chemical oxidizer. Okay, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's actually the perfect amount. Okay, we don't need to do any of that. Alright, so then if that's the case, we need to start making all of these and storing all of it inside of applied energistics. And we've got this dense smart cable here. So where do I want to do all of this stuff? I might make a new space or like extend the platform out this way and start doing it all over here. So let's do that real quick. I'll build out an extra like lot of platform and we'll come back once I've done it. Okay, so let's start making all of this stuff. I'm gonna need all of my like chemical machines back, which I think they're just sitting in here. This is gonna be painful as. Okay, so what do we start with? I think the oxygen. Actually, I can probably just set these up over here, right? Since we've already got the electrolytic separators sitting over here. So let's get rid of that tank and get rid of that tank. And get rid of that there. And then these ones too. And then I can just set up importers on that one and that one. So import, I need that one and that one. And then that can go there and there. Ooh, do you not work with gases? How am I meant to import gases into... Interesting. Into AE. Maybe I do it off one of the tanks. Maybe it's easier to do it off the tank. So what if I go... which one are you? You're the oxygen one, which is this one. And then you're the other one, which goes there. And then what if I go the import bus on the bottom of these? There, like that. That looks like it fits almost perfectly. How many? There's 2 of H channels being used here. How many channels are being used on this? 10. Because I've got 2 going over that way. Right, because all my channels are being used on this thing. That's right. That's right, this setup. Just wondering if it'd be worth just running a dense cable over here to start managing this stuff. I can probably honestly just hook this up, because how many are you used? This isn't helping me actually. I need to change this one to a smart cable so I can actually see how many channels are being run through it. Just makes it easier. Let's run that one there. You're using 2. Okay, so I can use another 2 channels on this then. So what if I just go bang, bang, there. And hopefully these boot up. 1 channel, 2 channels, and then you're using 4. And then we should see the oxygen disappearing. Did I ever make the chemical cell? Did I put it in here? I totally did, didn't I? Yeah. How are you not working? Hello, game? Applied energistics. Chemical cell is part of this. Here we go. These cells can hold most chemicals from mechanism, including gases, pigments, and ore slurries, but will not hold anything radioactive such as nuclear waste. That's fine. So you're holding on to this stuff, but how do I get you into the system? I thought for sure the import bus would do it. Interesting. Side config, eject gases, output down the bottom. There we go. Now the number's changing. Okay, same thing on you then. Input, output through the side there. That should work. And then outs on the bottom. Output. And now if I look at you and I show fluids only, you're not showing up in here, but I assume you're showing up in this thing. Okay, we are getting some. We're getting very little hydrogen though for some reason. Are you being stored in this? Is that why? Or are you just not generating any? I probably need acceleration cards, to be honest with you. Let's just make like 20 of them to start with. Because you're probably just not importing anything fast enough. Right, because there's going to be a lot of like backlogged oxygen in all of this stuff. And then you're not going into the system for some reason. It's at the back is why. Let's go input out there, and now you're full. Same with you, input through the back. There we go, now hydrogen's being generated. Coolio. This is working now. Alright. Cool. Alright, that works. So that is now what? What can I get rid of? Hydrogen and oxygen being dealt with. Because what do I need to make again? I need to get myself to hydrogen chloride as the first one, which is hydrogen and chlorine. How are we making chlorine again? Comes from separating brine. Okay, which means I need to make that big setup again, which is... it's in my backpack, isn't it? Yeah, it's this stuff. Let's get rid of this cobblestone. I need all of that. I need my heater, which is in my inventory. Nice. And then I need my resistive pipes, or whatever they're called. Thermodynamic. Cool. Couplers. Alright, so I've got to build this thing again. Which is 1, 2, 3, 4. Valve. And then the other valve can go there, I guess. How did I build you wrong? Oh my goodness, this stuff is the worst. Shift N. Copper alloy casing. Maybe you need to go up one more as well. There we go, now you're working. Alright, so now we need to build this thing out again. So let's just grab my wand, because that'll be the easiest way of doing this. Cool. And then in this pipe over here is going to go the resistive heater with a thingy going from that into that. That's going to transfer the heat. This thing needs power again. So let's just grab a flux point. Bonk. You there. Cool. You need to be using 3000 RF a tick. That's going to dump into here nicely. Which is all well and good. Except now I need water going into this, so I need a sink. I probably didn't need to craft one. There's more than likely one sitting in my backpack, but that's fine. I need my mechanical pipes. Mechanical pipes, there you are. You need to go there. And I need to configurate you with my configurator. Pull. Alright, water's going into you. Cool, you're generating brine nicely. Beautiful. I'm going to pull the brine out straight into the whatchamacallit. Right, because to make chlorine comes from separating brine, which makes sodium and chlorine. Yeah, I might as well just electrolytic separate this stuff straight away and then just store both of these in the system. So I need electrolytic separator. And that can just live there with, I'm pretty sure it's, yeah, pressurized tube. No, sorry, it's not pressurized tube because we're dealing with liquids. So this one needs to go none, so I don't connect to it on accident. Mechanical pipes, yep. Cool, like that. You are going to be backside is input, and then we'll go output down the bottom. I want both outputs rather at the bottom. I don't know if that'll work, but actually no, it's going to be gases, input, output down the bottom. Oh, I think I need two things on this, two importers. And then I can just stick a flux point on top of this. That's that. Brine is coming in the back. So I need to go fluids, input everywhere. That's fine. You're not going to work because of the chlorine. So I need two importers. So you're going to go there. I need another one on the bottom. Bang, and then I need to hook this up to this again. Man, there are cables just going everywhere down here. None of this makes sense. I need to rework all of this stuff when I find some time between episodes, I think. Just reroute cables everywhere. Maybe you start with P2P, I think. Maybe we started this on the wrong foot. There. I can get rid of that cable then. I need to get back up. I need acceleration cards on both of these. Cool, that's everything now. How are you looking? Now you're a big number. I can't tell how many bytes of each of this stuff we're using yet. Whether it's too much or not enough. They're too big of a number to actually tell. I think we're okay. So that's millions, and this is only in the... Well, I think it is technically in the single-digit millions. I might need to actually partition you. I might partition it, actually. Let's do that. Just so I'm not, like, breaking my system. Where's my partitioner? I think it's a disk manipulator, it's called. Disk manipulator. Oh, what is it called? We'll be back in a second. Okay, so that's making that. Let's go back to the mechanism thing, because I need to remember what I'm actually making, right? I needed the hydrogen chloride, so I need to make hydrogen chloride. I need to make that somewhere. So what were we doing to make the hydrogen chloride? It was a chemical infuser I need to set up. So what if I set up the chemical infuser just like right there, with hydrogen going in on the exporter on that side then? See, exporter. Some of you go there, and then you need hydrogen on that side. Call a U device online. Nice. And then on this side, I need chlorine going in. Chlorine. Just the chlorine gas. And then I need to obviously connect this up to the ME system. Like so. Whoop. Bang, bang. Beautiful. And then I obviously need to export. I need to get power to this as well, actually. So let's just go. We're going to spam a lot of flux points around today, boys. Let's not go there. I want the flux point on top. Yep, and then I want the output going out the face, which means I need another importer. Let's just craft up 10 of them. We're going to use them. There. How many channels are you using? You're using 4 of 8. Online, cool. And then obviously I need accelerators into all of these. I need more accelerators. Let's make a stack. Because we can, because we have the resources. We're pretty well off at this point. Alright, that's that. Oh, look at that. Beautiful. Beautiful. We're generating tons of this stuff. How are we looking over here? Lots of bytes. Lots of bytes being used. I don't think we're running too worried at that point. All right, so that's hydrogen chloride sorted. That's everything that we had up until this point. I think that's actually okay. So now we can actually start making progress. So I need to make a chemical dissolution chamber, which requires us to make sulfuric acid. So I may as well make sulfuric acid first. Because what do you require? Do you require the gas or the liquid sulfuric acid is my question. We'll need to add 3 more machines to our current setup. The first part of the process is the chemical dissolution chamber. This machine requires sulfuric acid to break down raw ores into ore slurry. To get pure sulfuric acid, you will need a new setup, which is explained further in the above quests. Okay, so we need water vapor from the rotary condensator. That's fine. Pump some water into this machine to convert it to water vapor. And then the chemical oxidizer will make us the sulfuric acid. And we can make sulfur dust by pulverizing sulfur. Okay, so let's work on the pulverizing sulfur first. So let's make a pulverizer. Cool, I've got one of them already. Let's grab ourselves a integral component. And this thing can just kind of be set up anywhere. I really need to clean up this AE system, man. This AE is like, it's a mess. I'm like, I thought it was going well, but at this point, I'm actually just kind of annoyed with it. All right, let's set up the pulverizer, because this thing is going to be constantly running, making sulfuric acid for me, I think. How many channels are you using? 7? What do I want? I want to kind of put it somewhere with 3 channels. Let's go like here. Let's just go. Whoop. Let's go there. We're going to upgrade you with this one. With this one. Cool. You need power. So let's continue spamming flux points around. Thank you. And then I need the sulfur ore being extracted into this, and then I need to pull back out the so let's just go import out export will be the easiest way. So let's import there, export there, doesn't really matter. We're gonna go cable that way, and then we can cable there and there, and then on the sides here I'm going to clear all the sides. I'm going to go auto input output. It's input at the bottom, output at the left. And then on the exporter, we're going to set sulfur. Like that. Cool. And the sulfur dust is just going to exist inside of the system for the time being. Just kind of randomly. But we've got tons of storage, so it shouldn't really matter. What I will do though is I'll chuck this the sulfur dust into this drawer, so it'll get stored in there, so that we're not like being overrun by stuff like that. All right, so that's that, which means we need to now chemical oxidize the sulfur. So I need a chemical oxidizer. Chemical oxidizer. I've got everything minus. Does it need to be a personal chest? Apparently so. Why did it not make the glass? Personal chest. There we go. Bang. Chemical oxidizer. Thank you. This thing can just kind of come live. Doesn't really matter where. Let's just throw you next to that for the. Actually, I don't like the way that you're rotated. Let's go like that. Why are you placing funny? Why are you placing funny? I want the thingies that way. There we go. That works. That's how I wanted you placed. So let's go. Items are going to go in the bottom. So items are going to be input out the bottom, and then gases are going to be export out the left side. So then I need importer on this side. Import. How are we doing on channels down here? 6 of 8. This thing has only got 8 channels available. You're full already. I might replace this glass cable with dense cable. Alright, that opened up some channels with the dense cable there. That makes my life a little bit more comfortable. Alright, so I need so you're exporting the gases out that side, then you're the import. You need power, so we're going to go power on top. Thank you. And then on the bottom is going to be our exporter. Like that. And then you're going to be the sulfur. So if you are dust. Like that. With acceleration cards. And regular smart cable. Once you boot up. And then items. And put down the bottom. There we go. You're chemical oxidizing now. Sulfur dioxide going there. Then side config gases. Auto eject on. You should be outputting left. Sulfur dioxide. You're an import bus. Are you not connecting for some reason? You might not be connecting. Oh, I didn't want to do that. I'm breaking everything. Okay, let's go at the back then with this one. With an import. You're an export bus. You're the wrong one. That's why you're not working. Bang. There we go. Then you gases back output. There we go. Now it's working. Cool. Acceleration cards into you. Nice, nice. That's our sulfur dioxide. Beautiful. But I needed sulfuric acid, didn't I? So how do I make sulfuric acid? Sulfuric acid. Oh, this is like really painful. So that sulfur dioxide has to go into now another chemical infuser with oxygen and itself to make sulfur trioxide, and then the sulfur trioxide goes with water vapor. Alright, so I need what do I need? Sulfuric acid. To make you, I need sulfuric trioxide. To make that, I need a chemical infuser. Again. Chemical infuser. Let's craft up one of these. At least it's relatively easy to make. Which chemical infuser can then just go there. You need 2 exports hooked up to you. So we'll go export, export, and then import on the face. Like that. Are we using too many channels? We're probably using too many channels at this point through this one smart cable. So let's run the dense cable this way then. And start a new one. Going off of this, we can just run it down through here. Go there. There. Like this. I need more smart cables. I'll just make a stack. And that can connect up. Cool. Alright. Oh goodness, just too much stuff in the way. I should have given myself more space. Alright, so then what do you need? We needed sulfur trioxide in this one. No, sorry, sulfur. I need to make sulfur dioxide. So how do I make you? Oxygen and sulfur dioxide. So sulfur dioxide on one side, and then oxygen on that side. Oxygen showing up. Liquid sulfur dioxide, that's why. On regular sulfur dioxide. Then we go accelerate, 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 flux point. Oh, you're generating now. Nice, nice. Man, I've made a mess of my base. I really should have like built this stuff over there. You know how I like built out this extra space to make all of this stuff and then I just like didn't end up using it? Yeah, fun times. Fun times. Okay, so that's making sulfur trioxide now. Nice. And then the sulfur trioxide has to go with water vapor and another chemical infuser. So I need another chemical infuser. Which can live pretty much there. I can just hook this up like that, because that'll be enough channels. So then I need 2 export buses. Yeah, export, export, then an import on the front. Flux point on top. Connect you. I'm actually going to disconnect this one, because I'm just going to do this one separated, because I need you need water vapor, right, to make this, which is just deconcentrating water. So I need a rotary deconcentrator. Rotary. I want to view. To go there with a sink. And I've probably got one in my backpack. Yes, I do. Sink there. We'll go side config fluid input on the left. I want to deconcentrate that. So then the water vapor, the gas, is going to output the left. Beautiful. You need power. So flux point. There, and then just a mechanical pipe to go there. Unconfigurate, pull. Gonna deconcentrate that. You're gonna go straight into here, hopefully. Beautiful. And then I need the sulfur trioxide on this side. I keep misspelling it. I can't believe I keep doing that. Cool. Now you're making sulfuric acid. Nice. So then we go accelerate, accelerate. I'm going to make up the upgrades for all of these machines that I just added in, and then we'll come back once I've done that. All right, now I think I can actually get on to making, you know, like the rest of the processing system that I was like, I started out wanting to do at the start of this episode. How are we doing for time? Let me have a quick look. Okay, never mind. Turns out we're about out of time for this episode. That took a lot more effort to set up than I thought it would, to be completely honest with you guys. Not only that, but it's kind of ugly. So what I might do between episodes is rearrange it, or I might not. I don't know. I haven't really decided yet. But next episode we'll come back and we'll deal with this final iteration, I guess, of this ore processing system, because we'll probably need to do like multiple copy pastes of it, just so that we can deal with the throughput, right? Because we've got a ton of backup already. And now with everything upgraded to netherite, there is a good chance that we're just going to get absolutely demolished with resources and stuff coming through. So yeah, I think we'll leave it like that. It'll be easier to set up once we have all like the AE and stuff set up anyway. We also need to pump in everything that's coming out of the ender chest, routed and things. So there are going to be some troubles, issues to sort out as well. And this is the end of this recording session for this day as well. So I'm going to have another look at the reactor setup as well and see if I'm actually doing that correctly or not. Because as far as I can tell, I'm probably not, realistically. I might just change it back over to graphite and see what happens there, or I could just leave it. And maybe just make a max level turbine. I don't know. Lots of things we could do. Leave it down in the comment if you would, like, if there's anything in particular you guys want to see. But either way, thank you all for watching. Like the video if you liked it, subscribe if you haven't already, and we'll see you all on the next one. Peace.